Jade, was it? She jumped and whirled around. Her brown hair was smoothed back into a ponytail, and her blue eyes were the same hue as a sapphire. Her legs seemed to stretch for days. Yeah, she said. Had she noticed his eyes dipping? Shit, what was he doing out here? How long will you be in town? He asked. It would be insane for him to ask a complete stranger to be his date to the anniversary party. It would be even dumber for him to ask her to be his fake girlfriend, and yet something told him he would never forgive himself if he didn't. Just until Sunday morning, after the wedding that I was incapable of shutting up about. His heart fell, and he shifted his gaze to the lake. He should have known. Bachelorette parties tended to blow into town as quickly as a typhoon and leave a flood of solo cups and plastic tiaras in their wake. "Did you run out here to convince me to join your wine club?" she asked after a beat. A laugh burst forth from deep inside him. Cute and funny. What idiot had dumped her? No, although it is a great deal, 4 bottles a month for the price of 3, first dibs on tickets to our events. She cleared her throat. I probably should have mentioned that, in addition to being a sad sack ex and a failure in my career, I'm also incredibly broke. He looked into her eyes. Her tone was light, but it didn't mask a sense of deep suffering. She shuddered despite the heat. Something stirred in him. I'm guessing you live in Manhattan, he said. She nodded. That's where the art world is. The dog dragged her forward, circling once and sitting in front of him. She looked up with a goofy smile until he bent down to pet her again. Who's this? He asked. Penny, she said with obvious warmth. It's a pity you're leaving, he said with a glance. I was hoping to give you that tour you asked about. It's dog-friendly. There's a lot to see here in the Finger Lakes. Jade's gaze moved past him to the sweeping hills. I kind of wish I didn't have to leave. I honestly love it here. I've never seen anything like it. Rhett would never know if he didn't ask. Maybe he could present it as a mutual benefit. I have a proposition for you. Her eyes widened. I think we can help each other, he said before she could reply. You need a date, so you don't have to show up to this wedding alone, and I need a date for the Vineyard's golden anniversary in 2 weeks. She blinked. Your girlfriend won't be accompanying you? An involuntary flashback of Alexa hit him like a punch to the gut. Blonde hair flashing in the sunlight as she ran laughing through the green vines. He shifted his gaze back to the lake, and something hardened in him. There was no way he was ready to share that particular story. No girlfriend. Let's just say I am intimately familiar with your situation. Oh. Her voice softened. Why do you need a date for the party? Won't you be busy running around as man of the hour? If you met my family, you'd understand. They've been playing matchmaker and hounding me about settling down since I finished school. I just want to be left alone. Luckily, my parents live in California, so they don't know that I'm not actually dating anyone. Jade shook her head. I feel for you. I do. But I won't be here in 2 weeks. I have to go back to the city and figure my life out so I don't go homeless. So much for that idea. But he couldn't give up without a fight. You could come back, he suggested. She bit her lip. I can't drive. Rhett stared at her. You don't know how to drive? She crossed her arms and frowned. I've lived in the city my whole life. Do you have any idea how expensive and unnecessary it would be to have a car in Manhattan? He hesitated. It was clear this wasn't a good match. She had her own life and her own problems that frankly were a lot more dire than his. But something wouldn't allow him to let her go. She was smart, funny, cute as hell. She apparently struggled with money management, but that was fixable. She didn't deserve to struggle this way. He could help her if he could convince her to stay. "I'll pick you up," he said. Was he starting to sound desperate? She looked at him, posture rigid. "We don't even know each other. How do I know you're not a crazy person who murders women and throws them through a wood chipper to fertilize your vines?" He smiled again. "And how do I know you're not unhinged? Who runs to a vineyard in stifling humidity with a backpack full of vending machine cheese?"